Okay, good day. I'm going to show you my leave application portal system. So in the leave application portal system, how it works is that it's like basically a HR system where all the employees will have to take their leave. So I mainly wrote the navigation part such that we are able to bring forward the leave employee ID and the manager ID. So yes, I carry the manager ID, employee ID across the views and across all the functions and methods in the controller. For my part in this project, I also did the data layer. I had come up with all these controllers, and I went to neaten up our SQL database such that it's neater from what we had started with, and then so I also did the repository. So yes, because whatever that we write right here will require data from the repository. So one feature I might like to mention is that because each employee and each manager have different authorization to view different things, and we have not learned Spring Security yet. So what I had did, which I thought it was a strategic move from my part, is that we have leave employee ID and manager ID here. So depending on what is the ID, if it's 00, then there it goes, it's the admin view. And if it's not 0 and this is the manager ID, and then this will be the employee and the manager view. If it's not 0, and then it's the manager view. So depending on what authorization, we will know the authorization by the employee and the manager ID, and we will also retrieve different data each time. So I wrote the leave repository data here. So you can see it's all right here. So this is obviously for the manager view. So to find the subordinates leave, find the pending leave, find the pending compensation. I'm going to try to run through all the use cases of what I had done as much as possible here. Okay, so besides the leave controller here, I also did the compensation one. So you see, if the leave type contains compensation, there it goes. It will deduct it off based on a formula which compute the hours. Yes, and then I also did each time the manager approves the leave. Yeah, each time the manager approves the leave, it will also have to deduct the leave from the database. So it should be around. Okay, let me see. Redirect approved compensation manager, approved leave manager ID. So I try to redirect as much as possible so that we don't have so many duplicate controllers, because each of them have different employees and a different authorization, so it can be very messy if you have too much of it. Okay, approved leave. Okay, this is the get method. This is the post. So for post, right, we have the save the leave, and yes, so this is how it is deducted. Okay, approved manager ID, the manager ID file. Okay, the save leave function here. So yeah, it's in the save leave here. So whenever they save the leave, right, they will deduct it. So here is save leave. Overrides because it's from a service class here. So I also wrote the service class right here, the leave service. It's normally in the interface format. So there it goes. So they will find holidays, and then they get the dates. They compute the leave, and then they will set the new duration. They will set the duration of the leave, and then they will save the leaves. This happens when they save the leaves. Okay, yes, and then deduct leave entitled. It's another thing, and the code it will go back to the database. So for the sake of the going through the use case, I already have created some sample six stuff right here. So employee ID 1 is the admin, employee 2 manager, and the subordinate of employee ID 2 will be employee ID 3 and employee ID 4. And then again, employee ID 5 is the manager, the subordinate of employee ID 5 is another user. Okay, so I'm going to show you right now. So I've created, so this is the admin view. I will only be going through the functions which I had done. So so what happens is that, okay, manage holiday. Okay, I will just add, I did not do this, but I shall show you. I did the edit function here. Okay, for example, okay, it doesn't work. Okay, never mind. I did not do this. I show you the manage leave part. So it's supposed to see all the subordinates leave. So example, if I go to employee ID 3, I submit a leave application form. Okay, it's supposed I need to add a leave type. So maybe I put annual leave here. Okay, for claim, then the granularity put 1, submit. Okay.